Joystick, the Joystick Show. Up, down, left, right, B, A, select. Start.
Welcome, gamers, to our Twisted Reality. I'm a part of the 33,000 Mile High Club, gamed on a plane.
Joystick, the Joystick Show.
Alright, I'm so excited. This is a nice... It's always awesome in the morning. Why? Because now we only get to do this like once a month, and I'm so excited every time we get to sit down because there's so much that happens right along the way, and I get to sit with my son, and we get to talk video games. We don't get to do this much, you know? I always have to just talk about, you know, the birds and the bees and stuff with you, but not video games. So can we do that now?
Yeah.
Alright. Welcome, Rumble, back to the Joystick Show. We go by our gamer tags. I'm Bogue Spear.
I'm Thing 12.
All right. What are you looking at? You're like,
Where is this plugged into?
What do you mean it's plugged in? Right here. You're like all disheveled, not sure what's going on. All right, let's talk video games. Are you excited as I am, or what?
A little bit.
Okay, we got some good news. We got some interesting news going on a little bit.
Yeah.
I love it. All right, if they want to be a part of the show, how do they join? If you're first time, by the way, we are a father and son combo. We like to talk video games from our generational differences, and how do they get a hold of us if they want to be a part of it?
You can get a hold of us at joystick_show on Twitter, joystickshow@gmail.com, joystickshow.com, or our Discord, joystick_show.
Right, we're always answering questions, all these intense questions that come to us. You know, I'll spend a day and a half just responding to them all, right? That's what we do?
Yeah.
Or, wait, do you do that, or do I do that?
I would do that if we got...
All right. So
we got some.
There we go. Keep it coming. So let's talk. Before we start, we do have our sponsor, right? This week's sponsor that pays the bills is Shoe Shims. They're inserts for your shoes that support you while you stand in game. No more couch cushion impressions. Get up and game with Shoe Shims. Just $15.99. Right? That's $15.99, hopefully it is. And it provides standing comfort with the perfect lean into your monitor to support your back and belly. Like this one right here. Order yours today and get up and game with Shoe Shims.
You know they finally introduced an omnidirectional treadmill for VR?
Really?
Like to the market that you can buy.
How cheap is it though?
It's actually pretty cheap, but it's not like...
$6.99, $7.99? Something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But it's not like... it's not like what originally people were trying to do, where
they
you
like harness themselves.
Or no, it's like that, but it's not like where you almost push against the treadmill on the floor that can go any direction.
Right.
It's just rubbing your feet across the floor. So you're suspended.
Right.
And then you're
suspended?
Yeah, by like not by much, but it's like it's enough to. Or maybe you're not suspended.
I don't
remember.
Be like holding up my crotch and my whole body from it. What are you talking about?
But it's basically like, it's weird how it works. But you just drag your foot across the ground, and it works.
Right.
So it's kind of weird, but
so it's like you kind of run in place. So if I do the moonwalk, will I go backwards?
You'll probably go forward.
I'll go forwards.
Yeah.
All right.
But I don't know. It's kind of weird. They made it work, but it's not very good.
No.
That just reminded me of that.
Oh, that's cool. I mean, they're probably coming along on it, right? They'll
Yeah.
get something out soon, because we could use it. I could use a little bit of action, standing action, running and gunning. All right, let's talk about what's on the gaming front. And this is where you ask me, what am I playing first, right?
Yep.
Yep. Nope, you first this time.
Well, New World came out about a week and a half ago.
Yes.
And
What is that? Nobody knows what that is.
New World is... It's really popular right now. Basically, it's a Amazon-created MMO.
Ooh, Bezos is in the gaming world.
Yeah, but they're not very good. Well, actually, they're okay.
Yeah.
But, it's an MMO, but it's an MMO with, like, elements of, like gathering and crafting stuff, and it's also not like a automatic attack where you just click on an enemy with your mouse, and then you have all these abilities with your 1 through 10 numbers.
Right.
It's more of like actual like immersive combat where you actually like do every hit and have different abilities and stuff. So I thought it'd be cool, so I got it, and I played for about like 2 hours on it. A little longer.
Yeah.
And I did not find it fun at all. But I don't think that's the game's fault. I think it's just me just progressively not liking MMOs.
Right.
Because
you have to grind it.
the full first 2.5 hours, I was literally just doing quests. And it wasn't like fun quests, like, oh, you have to go on this journey, you have to do this, you have to collect this, bring it back.
Right.
It was literal quests that lasted 2 seconds, but I would accept it. I would walk like 50 meters one way, and then accept what they had for me from doing that, and then the quest would bring me all the way to another person, which I claim my reward there, and then I accept another quest from that person.
Yeah.
And I'm just going on these random things. I don't really know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And then it kind of teaches you how to do stuff, but when it teaches you, it was kind of... It wasn't as fun. Like, it would have been a little more fun if the gameplay was actually there while I was doing it.
It was
like
a pretty
killing,
game.
but,
I saw that.
Yeah, it is a really nice looking game, but and I thought, and it doesn't have too many bugs for being like massively online. Like, you can walk around with a ton of people.
Mm-hmm.
There's like
Is there different aliens and stuff too? You can.
Yeah, there's the enemies in that game are zombies and like.
Of course, zombies. Everything's zombies.
Yeah, no, but there's a ton of different enemies, but I only saw the zombies and like some animals that try and attack you. But I think the game was really good for people who really like MMOs and really like to grind.
Yeah.
But I just found it really boring.
How much you drop on that one?
Well, I refunded it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah,
Nice.
and that was the problem, is because I really wanted to keep giving it a try because maybe it was more than just the beginning.
Sure.
But it's hard to, because Steam doesn't let you refund if you have too many hours on a game.
Right.
And I think the max is like an hour, but they let me do it for 2 hours.
Yeah.
So I was really risking it, trying to play it more. So I was like, all right, I could
see.
play
You're
this
on that
more.
line going, do I spend it? Do I not?
I could play this and possibly really like it.
Yeah. Well.
Or I could play it more and then not be able to refund it and not like it.
So think about this, though. Think about being in my generation and my age when you had to get in a car with your mom, drive to a mall, walk into a place called Electronics Boutique, or some of these games that's in a box. You buy the game, you drive all the way back home, you put it in your 386 computer, take about half an hour, 40 minutes to install it, then start playing it, and realizing that you just spent your entire month's allowance on a game that you didn't like after an hour. Then going in and turning around, boxing it back up, trying to make it look like you really didn't open it that much. Drive back to Electronics Boutique as soon as you can get your mom back in the car to do that, which is a half-hour trip. Hand it in and say, I already got another copy. No, you don't want to lie. Yeah, this isn't the game. Well, we can give you short credit or not. I don't know. I don't even know what they did. Most of the time they didn't even let you return them. Right? That's how the world used to work. You were stuck with it.
Yeah, no, I definitely... The Steam's refund system is really nice because there's so many people that are going to buy games and not like them. And they give you a good bit of time to actually test them.
Yeah.
But it was just annoying because I really feel like if I gave it another, maybe 2 hours, I would have started to actually really like it.
Conan was excellent game if you were into that.
Yeah, I really liked Conan, but it was unplayable because I couldn't go to half the area. I couldn't go to half the places on the map because my game would crash.
What? Yeah, it was buggy. It was.
And it wasn't like it would just crash at random times, and I would still be able to play it if I just kept getting back on.
Yeah.
It legitimately blocked off an entire gerrymandering section of the map. That's like
don't be swearing on this podcast.
That's like
gerrymandering.
That's like, I don't even know if I used that correctly.
I don't know if
it
you
was
did
like a correct. It was just a weird circle or section. It was this weird section of the map, right? That was completely closed off. Or it wasn't closed off, but if I walked through there... Yeah. So if I walked through there, it would have just crashed my game.
Right.
And it was annoying because some of the places, it was either I crashed so many times that I made mental boundaries in my head that I would have to go around.
Oh my gosh.
I literally saw there was this really cool boss fight we wanted to do. Yeah. But if I got close to it, I would crash, so I'd have to walk around it to get to other parts of the map, and I didn't even do it. That's
like the 5.25 inch floppy disk where I had to open it at the right time because it went, and I had to wait till the third, and then pull it out and put it back in, and it'd work. You have no idea what I'm talking about. No. All right.
But,
some of the Rumble Pack.
So Conan was kind of a letdown, but New World, I can't say much about it because first impression's really boring, but I don't think that is the whole game. I think
Okay.
that's just me, and I would have kept playing.
So your recommendation is if you're an MMO player, really like it, or tired of World of Warcraft or Conan or some of the ones that are out there,
Yeah.
this is a good venture.
MMO, it's really good for MMO. There's 50v50 battles
Woo!
where you defend points and stuff.
Dang.
It's really good. There's dungeons and stuff, and
Yeah.
I really wanted to get to all that, but if I didn't find it fun, it's also a big grind, and I don't know if I have time for that.
I mean, what about like No Man's Sky? That's another game, right? That's kind
yeah,
of
but No
fun.
Man's Sky is
safe.
very different. It's not MMO. It's not like any of that.
That's
But
true too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
New World was okay.
What else you playing?
Battlefield 2042 released a
Wait,
beta.
how did you play that game and not tell your
It's
your
still-
daddy-o?
It's out for the rest of today and a little bit.
Well, let me
tomorrow.
try it. Unbelievable.
You can download it on Steam right here.
I'm gonna do it right now.
But
Go ahead.
so they released a beta where it's very like simple. All they're allowing you to do is multiplayer on one map with a ton of people.
Okay, so
And
how is it?
the graphics first off look really good.
Yeah.
The UI, the HUD looks really
Can I
simple
do it
and
on my new
amazing.
Xbox console, or has it got to be on PC?
I don't know.
Well, Steam's got to be PC, probably, right?
I'm not sure, but I just know I got it on Steam. It could be on console, but the graphics, yeah, they look amazing. The attachments on the gun when you're holding out your gun in battle and then you click a button and it brings up all the attachments, you can change it, is really like game changing because I could be close quarters with someone and I attach a small scope.
Oh yeah.
And then I start shooting at them from there, and then I leave that building through a rooftop, and now it's a giant area, and I can just switch to a larger
That is
scope.
awesome. That's a great thing.
And there's also like suppressors you can change mid-combat. You can change,
what do you got going on? We got
That's
editing,
amazing.
like on the fly or something?
but yeah, you can like you could add suppressors. You can change mags, different mags, so your guns or your bullets can do more damage, but you have less in your ammo. All that
But you can do that on the fly.
Yeah.
That is fabulous. That is awesome. Never thought about that because it's usually like loadout screens, right?
Yeah.
When you have to go and say, okay, what am I going to go in at?
Yeah.
But this says, well, and which makes complete sense in real life. If you're going into urban warfare, let's say you come down, you parachute into the jungle, right? Well, you're going to want a sniper, you're going to want something like that. Then you're going to go in close to urban, so you're going to want to put bayonet, or you're going to put something close in and a close...
yeah, the only problem, though, is it restricts the amount of attachments you can have.
Right.
Like, you can do it on the fly, but it's hard to fill up your whole screen if you see what it looks like.
Right.
With all these attachments, so
yeah,
it's like...
Yeah, but that's still cool. I think that's a game-changing
but the biggest...
play feature.
So there was a lot that I really liked, but the biggest problem, and I know it's just a beta, but it was so incredibly buggy. Like, it was too buggy that I couldn't play it.
Really?
Like, or I could play it for a good bit, but
Yeah.
I ultimately got off because it was buggy. Like, I couldn't deal with it. It was really buggy.
Well, I'll try that. I'm gonna try it and see if I like it. That's cool because I mean, I tell you, the trailer is the best trailer I've ever seen in video games. I mean, I watched that 2 times. I don't even watch movies. I don't even watch Star Wars movies as much as I watch that trailer. No, that's not true. But no, it was good stuff.
Yeah,
for sure. Nice. All right, cool. So you playing anything else?
Nope.
Nope, that's where you're at? All right. Well, look at me. I'm not used to this now, not going right to the news, that I actually have a moment to speak on my front. Just picked up, as I said I was going to last show, and just more recently, though, I did World War Z. They came out with the DLC. Actually, it's not downloadable content. It's an expansion, right? Cost me 19 bills. Why?
That's a DLC.
But it's cost me $19 because if you're Game Pass, you get a deal on it. Versus if you don't have Game Pass, it was like $39. So again, another good reason why Game Pass just saved me some money because I was going to buy it anyways. Even though I will tell you, it's only worth about $18, $19 because it's only 3 maps. It's 3 maps. It's like $6 a map, which is doable. We started to play it. We're still on the first one. We decided to go insane on it. So if anybody knows World War Z, again, zombie game. Hello, of course. Everybody knows that's what everybody puts out nowadays. But I think it's the best zombie game out there I've played. And because they have choke points, there's a array of different guns. You get 3 weapons.
And the amount of zombies is pretty crazy.
Oh my god, the amount of zombies is crazy. There's hordes of them that just come after you. So you're like, oh my god, we're gonna die! And then you win and you beat through, and it's really rewarding. Even though I didn't survive any of them last time I played. We tried Insane. There's actually like ungodly insane. I don't know what they call it. Then there's insane. Then there's hard. then there's something in easy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're back down to, like, second from the bottom, just trying to make this happen. It's crazy. I think one reason is, and I'll tell folks, if you play World War Z, it's better to have a 4-man team or a 3-man team.
Mm-hmm.
It's just right now, me and old PQ, which it's 2 of us, and we have these 2 folks just running around with, like, chickens with their head cut off. They don't really do much, which really doesn't help us in the end without any strategy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you really need this game to be, if you want to go for insane level, you gotta have 4 cats going at it. But I'll tell you, the graphics, beautiful. They've upgraded them a little bit. The biggest thing I'll tell you about the game, and we figured this out with my new Series X, my load time is like half as much as his. So like I leave a game and I can come back into a game in like a quarter of the time.
Does it still do that thing where it kicks you off the...
Well, yeah, that's because of our, oh, actually in this game, no, it doesn't do that.
Just when you're like opening and closing.
When you're opening and closing the game or whatever it does, but not the actual part like that one game where it did every time. But again, awesome. I'm unbelievable. Matter of fact, I'm sitting there, eating a bag of Cheetos waiting for him because he's taking so long just to load in to everything.
That's
so
good.
That's awesome with the new Series X. Big change, big noticeable thing there. But the game itself, again, I recommend it. If you played World War Z, you have it, or if you have it on Game Pass, or you have Game Pass and haven't downloaded it, definitely grab it. And if you're a zombie fan, or even if you're getting tired of it like I am on a lot of games, this is the one to have and to play. And the $18 is worth the coin, the cheese, the bones, the beans. Pick it up and play it there. I haven't noticed any new weapons per se. I've noticed some new monsters, like they have rats now, like swarms of them and stuff like that, which is kind of cool too. They added to it, but 3 new maps and a lot of fun to play. So that's what I'm playing. Not as much as you, I know. You got a little more time, even though you don't.
Not really.
School and
Yeah.
stuff, but yeah. All right, it's time now for what?
The Joystick News Report. Joystick News!
All right, what's in it?
What is in it?
The big news. The big news.
What's that?
Nintendo Switch launches the OLED screen, the 7-inch OLED screen. So I think it's LG, right? Because I buy all LG screens, and I think it's their technology. Have you seen it?
No.
It's beautiful. Now, are you jealous because you got the original and now want that one?
Not really.
Now, how long has it been since you played your Switch?
A good bit, because I've noticed after playing all those games and actually owning the Switch and buying games for it is that the company, that Nintendo, really just are thirsty for money, and they don't like they milk the same characters. They milk Mario, they milk Zelda. They do all this stuff, and they don't produce. The last time they actually produced quality games were Zelda Breath of the Wild and Mario Odyssey.
Right. Which are both.
And hardcore Nintendo fans are gonna be like, they'll be mad at that, but it's true. Yeah. Oh, and Smash Bros. Ultimate, but like, they really the only good things they have is what they're good at, and they don't. Yeah. And the other games that, like, even their old games, they still sell it for $60 somehow, and I don't get how they do that. Like, like there's some old Wii U games that they're selling for $60.
And people are buying them. That's crazy. Well, I mean, it's portable, right? It's a portable thing. You know what? I'm going to take that from you. Because when I go on my little skirmishes and I have time in between appointments, I think I'm going to pull that bad boy out.
What are you going to play?
I want to try Bakugan. Or or like some kind of card game. Maybe Magic or something that's on there. One of my games. I don't know if they have that or not. Don't they have like Mortal Kombat and a few others on there now? Isn't it pretty decent or not?
Yeah, it is. But the graphics are all like...
Oh, well... Is it graphics, or now with the OLED screen we're talking about here, just launched 7 inches of beauty?
Doesn't that just help with color?
It does, mainly. Yeah, it's pretty. Well, there's probably depth through, right? You talk the interlacing or whatever the heck it is that they use resolution to do it. So probably some more depth into it. But now it's getting some really good reviews. People are digging it for sure. And what does it say? I think it was a 7-inch screen. Is that right? Is that what it normally is? It didn't really make it any bigger, did they? No. I don't think so. It sells for $350, and more than the standard Switch. So for $50 more, you can upgrade. It runs the 1080p resolution while docked, still as well. So I don't know. Seems to be a cool thing. That's the big talk of the town. What else we got? Oh yeah. Speaking of like Bakugan, Pokemon. Did you see Pokemon, was it Legends?
Of Arceus?
Arceus, right. Initially, the conversation was that it was coming out, it was going to be open world. But then later on, I guess they came back and said, well, it's not quite open world. Because I don't know if there is a open world Pokemon game. But they did say it's going to be more like, I guess it's like Monster Hunter. Remember where it's kind of open, but then you got to go down certain paths in certain ways, you know what I mean, to actually do the missions and what have you. So I think that's kind of like a quasi-open world. I don't know what they would call that. Kind of like peak hole world. I don't know. What do we do there? What do we call it? But anyways, that was just announced as well. And I don't know. Are you playing any Pokemon at all?
No, I really like. I like the idea of Pokemon games. It's hard to get into them.
Right.
Like.
Well, I mean, because they started talking about. I guess they got some pretty decent.
This looks exactly like the other Pokemon Sword and Shield that they brought out.
Right. They probably skinned it very similar to it. I don't know, but I mean, to me, it's like it's using the characters and everything, but it's not really like. I like the card play, like each one has a unique ability or something you're doing.
Well, that's what the games are for. So they have a lot of strategy. Like when you go into a battle with a Pokemon, each ability is stronger against another character, and it's like. And and each ability does a separate thing that's ultimately going to help you win. Like, if you know the game, it's a completely different thing.
Right.
Like, so, like, you'll have moves that, like, you'll...
Oh, I bet it, if you know your dude pretty well, then you're good to go, right?
And if you know the other person you're fighting as well.
Yeah, that's a good point, too.
So, like, there's a lot.
Kind of like Naruto when you play that game. You know who you're fighting.
Oh, yeah.
What is it called? Naruto Shippuden... What's the game called? The video game. It's really cool. One-on-one.
Storm 4.
Storm 4. Yeah, very cool. So, all right, so that's Pokemon. That's some news, right? What else is out there?
Far Cry 6, right?
Yeah. You play Far Cry's, right? Have you played?
I played Far Cry 5. Wow, that was Far Cry 5.
Yeah. What?
I feel like they released Far Cry New Dawn. I was like, they haven't released a game since then?
Oh, there's a game between it?
Yeah, Far Cry New Dawn, or I think it was New Dawn or something.
Or is it a downloadable content? Here's my question. It's called, I'm probably mispronouncing this, and I should know it since we do a podcast show on video games, but Dunia Engine? It's a Dunia Engine. It's like probably like Unreal Engine. It sits on a different kind of playable engine. I'm not really familiar with it.
Okay.
It's still on that engine. DUNIA engines. They say it's its last stand, meaning they might have been pushing its limit. But Far Cry 6, it's going to be open world, I guess, as well. But they're talking about it, pushing the limits on the new new console.
Isn't Far Cry 6 out?
Let me see here. Oh, they're doing a technical review on it. Yeah. Launch companion, beyond. Let's see. It just says basically most of them run at 60 frames per minute. This one's actually
Far Cry 6 just came out. 2 days ago.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. We're shooting this as of
the 9th.
The 9th
of October.
So it just came out. So I don't know. Let us know what you think on how it runs. They're trying to look at it and see how optimized it is with the new consoles, and they say it's pretty good, but they definitely said I guess the engine's pushing its limit on the engine with it, but it does look pretty beautiful, and it's set in, the other thing is they said they went back to their roots to like a jungle environment, right? And I guess it does a setting there. They also brought back, I don't know if you're familiar with something called fire persistence or fire, there's a version, or there's a some kind of gun mechanic or something in it.
Yeah, but I heard Far Cry 6 was really good. Like, it was like the same as like all the other Far Cries, where it's really fun to go around and just do random stuff, even though there's story and stuff to it.
Yeah.
But like, I'm pretty sure Far Cry 6 is more in line with like Just Cause now, where it's just like a ton of random stuff you can do and blow stuff up, and it's really fun like that. But
yeah, well, ready for this mouthful? They say that this game, the cool part of this game is that when you look up to the clouds, it looks like it's moving, like it's live. They call it the inclusion of the ray-marched volumetric cloud rendering system. Woo! Huh? That's what's in that bad boy.
Cloud rendering is really important though, because like really makes it feel like you're
there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, they say that that's included. And they said that it pushes the limit of the engine, but I think they said they did a pretty good job of that as well. So you can kind of see a little bit of the difference. They actually do some comparison frame rates.
If you're gonna do that, at least show the same image.
Right? I thought the same thing too.
Like, why are they gonna?
I mean, it's not exactly the same.
No, they're moving over on the important part with the reflection of the water.
Right,
so.
right, exactly. Anyways, so that's kind of cool. I just noticed too. It says Elder Scrolls Online Blackwood. You can buy that now. It's on multiple things. I don't know if that came out or not. Yeah, that is. You can buy it now. So, cool. That's Far Cry. Anything else? Just some cool updates on what's cooking.
Yeah.
What?
Actually,
what else you got?
This is probably something. This is really like crazy. Like if what happens works out, it's gonna be crazy. But basically, PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds.
Yes.
It's the first battle royale that came out, or I don't know about first.
Or whatever it's called.
Yeah, it's like
PUBG.
PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds.
Yeah, they know it as PUBG.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
They first ever battle royale. It started it all. Fortnite created a thing off of it.
Yep.
Apex.
Yep.
Call of Duty Warzone. The creator of that, PlayerUnknown or something. It's almost like Tom Clancy. PlayerUnknown is like his thing, and he essentially left the team that made that, and he got like the rights to PlayerUnknown, and he created another team, and they're working on one of like the biggest things like in gaming, and like, or at least to expand on gaming right now. And it's basically they Microsoft Simulator, Microsoft Flight Simulator,
yeah,
how they essentially made it so when you're flying around, they mapped the entire world,
right?
But using Google, like, you can't really go down, it'll glitch out if you go down, but you can see it all. And this is a generalized statement, but it's that, but when you're walking around, and it's not mapping the entire world. Okay. Basically, what they're doing is they're creating, how there's Unreal Engine 5,
yes,
there's what we just saw there, was it Unity Engine or something, and there's like Unity, all these engines,
right?
They're essentially creating the tool to make games just better. So what they're doing
so they're working on the engine, a new engine.
So what they're doing is PUBG, but it's also they're working on a game too. So PUBG is but it's a specific engine for one thing. PUBG has like an 8x8 map, an 8x8 map, or in like kilometers or something. So it's a really big map.
Right.
They're working on creating a game that is a 64x64 map that stretches like over just a crazy amount. Their goal is you could be in the same map that's been generated and walk somewhere that nobody has ever walked, or like been somewhere that nobody.
Well, it's kind of like some of the space games.
Yeah,
right?
But the thing about the space games is they make one planet. They're really easy to make. They're procedurally generated planets.
Yeah,
and they are there's already AI to make procedural generated stuff.
Yes. And
to make it infinite. And that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to make an AI that
randomly renders uniqueness and stuff like that.
Well, that also creates it, or like it's like they're creating the assets, but the AI is almost building this world that's like doing it, and it's not like gonna be a random world every time. It's gonna be the same map.
So once somebody renders it for the first time, it'll store it and save it as that piece, right?
Yeah, I don't know exactly how it works.
That would be awesome. Yeah, I get you.
But essentially, it's a really big map, and you could do. I don't know what they're trying to do right now with it. I don't know if they're trying to do a battle royale, if they're trying to do a survival, if they're trying to do whatever. But the main thing is they're making the engine so that people could, like, play games on just massive maps.
Right. It's kind of like Second Life back in the day, where people were spending real money to own a piece of this fake world, and they made so much money. I don't even know what it does now. Maybe it's still going.
But it's going to be crazy, because if in like a normal open world with infinite, like Minecraft, where it's infinitely generated, you could go forever, right? And that's kind of they're not even working on something that goes forever. But the difference is you couldn't. If you got into a new Minecraft world or whatever, you would have no idea where to go, what to do, because everything's random. If you jumped into this world, people would be like, oh, over by this place, like in this part of the world that you're nowhere near, whatever, there's a war going on or something.
Oh my god.
And you're over here, and you're in like a
peacetime.
You're in a poor area or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, it's cool. You know what I like about it? It kind of takes the piece up, and that's one thing I give Fortnite credit for. Is remember when they had the seasons and they had like a map, and they didn't regenerate a whole new map. What they did is they augmented it, like put that crater in it, remember, and did things. That's kind of unique and cool, right? So now they're going beyond that. So maybe if you take a world, right, and create that 64 by 64, but then have World Wars, which means later on it may be looking different because of that, being rebuilt differently, right? So I love that. That's awesome stuff. Wow. That is some fun time in gaming, for sure. Good stuff. All right, that is the news.
This concludes your Joystick News Report. Joystick News!
All right, so now we're still, I'm telling you, we don't have a lot. I mean, we got a little, look at this. Look at the dust on this over here. It's time for the...
Riff Rap.
Oh, yeah. The dust, it just builds up. We're not doing much with it, right?
Yeah.
But did you see, the big news was that Sony... I say big news, that's probably been around. I just noticed it because we were doing some research. Sony's next PSVR helmet is VR's best chance to going mainstream, is what a lot of folks say. They say that they're redoing the whole look, like the hand. Remember how it had some of those weird little balls on the end of them? Right, and you're kind of playing, you held them weird. Well, their new handsets are going to look and feel more like Oculus, which I said to you is the best thing.
I'm surprised they haven't made gloves yet.
Right, that's a good point.
Like
too,
like gloves they wear where each finger is tracked, and then you also like right on your pointer finger you have your buttons. So you just go like this.
Yeah.
You put a fist and you start.
Yeah. Or trigger, maybe a trigger in the little seam of your hand. Whenever you do this, it triggers.
I guess it would be pretty hard to make. No, like right on your knuckle of your pointer finger, you have a joystick or something.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know.
Well, I mean, they say it's set up kind of cool. I mean, it's going to look, it's an immersive thing. It doesn't look much different though than the other one, right? The original. But I guess it's going to be PSVR 2, they're calling it, or something. And it's obviously going to be maximized for the PS5, right? With the running, because right now the biggest problem with the VR before was that it wasn't very powerful, right? The running speed and everything else. I think it was a version or a portion of the 4. So they think that they got the next piece of it. They're going to have 2160 by 1200 resolution. I don't know if that's versus what was it, 1920 by 1080. So I don't know if that's 4K. I don't even know if what that means, high-end headset. But they're talking about it being at launch. The PlayStation VR was $200 to $300 cheaper than the launch price for all others, more powerful headset on the market. So I don't know what the exact pricing is going to be, or if it is, but anyways, just kind of cool to stay up with this, because if you think about it, the weird thing to me though is, you know, you can barely get a PS5 right now. So what kind of chips are going in this? What's going in this thing? You know what I mean? To you can purchase now. I mean, we can't even get a PS5 right now, much less buying a VR that's going to maximize an F5. Yeah. You know? So I'm not sure, but at least there's some movement in the VR world. I know, you know, Microsoft, obviously Facebook with Oculus, they're all working hard to, you know, keep it active, keep it a part of the gaming world, you know, as they go through. So we'll see what happens on that. All right, what else? It's time what?
For the
Deal of the Week.
Now, that's, again, still deal of the week, huh? You're still just not changing it, even though we're at the deal of the month right now. So what do we got?
Well, it is the deal of the week that we're in.
Oh, that's good. Good point. So, there we go. I like that. You just totally turn that right around for yourself. Good job.
Because it's not going to last a whole month.
That's a good point. Yeah, well, I don't even know how this is going to last at all. Since we recorded this, it's on the 9th. The deal we have here is, interesting enough, Alienware, there's some great deals on their gaming computers. Which, by the way, has the RTX. You can buy the 3060 RTX graphics card in it for $12.99. You can buy the 3070 for $15.99 and the 3080 for $2.
Pre-builds are still pretty good right now.
Yeah,
like,
well,
really cheap.
I think the 360 goes for like what 12 or
my computer that was 1070 Ti or something was $1,400, but I got it for $1,100.
I know, but I'm saying if you want to go and just buy the graphics card, the RTX 360, it's going to run you $950,000 already.
I know, it's crazy how like my computer was more than that 3060 pre-built.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So, anyways, that's pretty sweet. So, if you guys are looking to upgrade your systems, actually, as long as you upgrade your graphics card or whatever, you might as well just look at Alienware and see if you can update your system completely. You know what I mean? And it plugs into your monitor and the whole 9 yards. It's probably not even a tower. I doubt you even need that. The way they're running them these days, nice and cool as well. So that's the deal. Check them out online. All right, last bit is the new releases. What do we got here on new releases for October? What did we say? We kind of missed it. Oh, that was the other thing I was going to tell you. That Lego Marvel Superhero for the Switch came out. Did you ever find that Star Wars Lego game where they came out with all of them? I know you were looking at that originally.
Yeah, no, it was supposed to come out.
Did it even ever come out?
It was supposed to come out last year.
It just said no. They stopped.
In November, it's supposed to come out. Or
Right.
like December.
Yep.
I don't know what happened to it.
No, not even there. Well, as we said earlier in the show, the Far Cry 6 came out. We just talked about that. What else is out? Coming out on the 8th, we have Tetris Effect. Oh, Metroid Dread for the Switch is coming out. Let's see. Anything big? The Rift Breaker. Are you familiar with that at all?
No.
Okay. On the 14th. But that's coming out for the PlayStation 5, Series X, PC as well. Your NHL 22. All the 22 games, right, are out.
Demon
NHL.
Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm probably going to get that.
Really?
Because you know Storm 4?
Yeah.
It's that, but for a different show.
Oh, really?
And it's made by the same people, and it looks like it's going to be really good.
Ooh, look at you
But
and your anime
the
games.
company's like, they make everything overpriced, so we'll see.
Oh, really?
But I don't know.
All right. What else we got here? Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, when's that coming out?
That's coming out
October
26th. The 15th, looks like.
Oh.
Right here. Yep. Coming up next week.
No, October 26th.
No, that's... Oh, yeah, you're right. I'm sorry. My
Yeah.
bad. It was continuous. Yep, October 26th. On it. NASCAR 21. Wait, NASCAR's still going?
Yes.
October 26th. It's coming out. Why is NASCAR 21? Their NASCAR's behind by 1 year. NHL 22 is out. Anyways, and anything else you see? Riders Republic is coming out for just about everything.
Oh, I heard that was a pretty fun like biking game.
Oh yeah, that's it. Like a BMX biking game.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Very cool. So that looks like the big game coming out, and I like this. This Game Informer is where I get a lot of the information. You want to check it out? It's really cool. Plus, you can click right on it and see the game if you're interested. Super Robots 30. That's just for PC. Roki. I don't know what that is. On October 28th. Mario Party Superstars for the Switch. Speaking of, October 29th. It's coming out. For what? Switch? Is that new?
Nope. Yeah. It's their new one.
It is?
Yep.
I wonder if that's any good. Mario Party Superstars. Yep, they're still using it. They're still running with it. Jurassic World Evolution 2. Right? Oh, hey, guess what? Speaking of World War Z, it's coming out for the Switch on November 2nd.
Oh.
Huh? Take that with me. Play that. That's good. All right, we'll end there for October. We'll talk about November. We'll probably be mid-November, right? So anything else we see? Classic?
Call of Duty Vanguard.
Oh, when is that?
November 5th.
November 5th?
I would not get that.
No? Why? No, not because of Battlefield.
No, not because of Battlefield. Battlefield coming out November 19th.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't get it just because of the fact that it's just going to be a copy and paste of all the other ones, like everything is.
Yeah.
Like there's some instances like Call of Duty Modern Warfare when that came out 2-3 years ago, that was really good. It was different from their other games.
Yeah.
And then they came out with Cold War, and Cold War was whatever people want to argue, it was not good.
Yeah.
Cold War was really bad, and now Vanguard is just a copy and paste of Modern Warfare.
And is it World War I or II? It looks like it's an old school area. It looks like it's
it's like a little old school, but it's not.
No. And then what? So when is we said the Battlefield is coming out, just so a heads up, is November 19th it's scheduled for, isn't it? Yeah, exactly. So it's not right around the corner too. For good, just in time for the holidays. Whoop!
Yep. It was supposed to come out
and that's
October.
not on Game Pass.
They
either.
delayed the game though. It's supposed to come out in like
October.
Yeah, a week or something.
And it's not on Game Pass, so you got to buy that if you're gonna buy it for sure.
Well, yeah, it might be on EA Game Pass actually.
Oh, really?
I doubt it though.
I don't know. And so we're still looking
then we
at
got
Halo
December.
Infinite.
December's gonna be a big month.
Yeah, it is. Halo Infinite, December 8th. They're saying. Still.
Yep. Dying Light 2 was supposed to be there, but they delayed it till February. So
yeah,
we'll talk about that one.
All right. Down the line. All right. Good show, my son. Appreciate you all listening each and every week. If it's your first time, hope you enjoyed a little bit of father and son banter back and forth. You are now anointed a part of the Rumble Pack. Anybody listens in, how do they get a hold of us if they want to provide us with a question, a comment, or a sarcastic remark?
At joystick_show on Twitter, joystickshow.com, at joystickshow@gmail.com, and then our Discord, at Joystick Space Show.
There you go. Is it Space Show or underscore? Yeah,
Space.
Space. Cool. All right, folks. As always, until next time, game on.
Joystick, the Joystick Show.